I feel the need for speed. Wow! Let's get it. Welcome back to God in the Movies, where we see how God is interwoven into the movies we watch every day. So, in honor of the 40th anniversary, we're going to look at how God is interwoven into Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. So, we're going to be talking about a lot of people. We're going to be referring to their call signs, which is what they talk about, what they go by throughout the whole movie. So, Top Gun is about this naval aviator competition where fighter pilots from around the world compete to see who's the best. And so we follow Maverick and Goose, who are the two main aviators, and their journey together to trying to be the best of the best. And so in this movie, it is made to look like Maverick is the central character. But in reality, Goose is the central character. It is the one in which both of these movies are about in their conflict and their grief and everything around it. And so Goose, who's played by Anthony Edwards, is a partner of Maverick, who is played by Tom Cruise. And so Goose is the constant in Maverick's life. Goose is a family man. He goes to church. He has a wife and a kid. Maverick, though, is alone. He doesn't have anybody. He dates a lot of women, but Goose is the person he's around and the person that he is with on a daily basis. So, and the characters are totally different from each other in a lot of ways. Besides being a family man, Goose really wants to live. He wants to be with his family. He wants to protect his family. He wants to sacrifice for his family. Maverick just wants the next obstacle, the next competition, the next speed. He wants more and more speed in his life. He wants to be the fastest. He wants to be the best. And so these two characters come into conflict with each other. And then tragedy hits in the last competition, or second to last competition. Maverick and Goose are caught in a tailspin. And Goose ejects, but the canopy does not come off his plane. And he hits the canopy and he falls and he dies. Sorry, spoiler warning for a 40-year-old movie. But Goose dies, and this is the conflict, this is the grief that hits Maverick on how to recover and how to get out of the grief and remember who he is and remember that Goose is with him. And this is the unique thing throughout the whole movie, is that Maverick always says, "Talk to me, Goose." And then later on in Top Gun Maverick, you hear Rooster say, "Talk to me, Dad," Rooster is Goose's son, and he's in Top Gun Maverick. And this is the conflict in Maverick as well. It is all centered around one person, and that is Goose. And this is where the unique thing is, that you think that Maverick is the center point, which it sort of is, but the conflict comes in with Goose. And when Goose leaves, he leaves like a vacuum, and Maverick wants to be the best for Goose and be the best dad figure to Rooster. And Rooster tries to get out of the shadow of his dad, but is also really cautious with his flying because of what happened with his dad. This is why Goose is the central figure. And one of the great things about Goose is that he is, by all means, like I said before, a father figure to both his son and Maverick. And they have a passion. They love each other. And Goose is also, from all we know, he loves God and he loves his family. and he's willing to sacrifice for them. And so Goose is the perfect example of, not the perfect, but a great example of who we're supposed to be to the outside world. And so he reminds me of these verses, which we're going to talk about right now, in Matthew 5:16. In this same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to the Father who is in heaven. And there's another verse written by Paul, uh, who's, which says, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. So Goose, he let his light shine before Maverick, being a good friend and a good example, and being a great dad to Rooster, so much so that Rooster is willing to sacrifice like his dad would. And that Goose was an honorable figure that everyone liked him. It's such a good movie. And I didn't pick up onto this until I watched it again. And so I want us, in the same way that Maverick and Rooster looked up to Goose as the person to in means of conflict and means of needing help, that we should look to Jesus and be an example like Goose was to others, and that they see Jesus through us. So this is our call, to be a visual representation of who Jesus is to a world that so needs him, so needs more of Jesus in their lives. So thanks for coming. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And I look forward to sharing more with you about how God is in the movies.